Nighthawk. Come in, Alpha. Alpha, do you read?
Nighthawk, this is
Lunk.
from Alpha Team.
Man, I thought you were all wiped out. I've been trying
I'm
to...
at point K-12. Need info on my extraction.
Guess there's no keeping down the Grim Reaper, huh?
My extraction point.
Relax, Mr. Reaper. I'm headed toward the front gate of...
Hyrule Castle.
Pick you up there.
Got it.
Hello! And welcome to the Codename Lunk Show. I am your host, Alejandro Padilla-Fuego. But you can call me Nighthawk. What up, Sky? DG? Gonna open some amiibos, bros. So this is just kind of a midday farming. Gonna be continuing Trial of the Sword tonight. Got a couple hours though. Gonna get some more of that stuff we need. 8-bit Link. Probably get a few more dragon horns. And then I'm gonna look and see what I need as far as the armor goes. I know that there's a couple from the barbarian set that I hadn't gotten. There was a helmet, I think, for the Royal Guards uniform. Link's Awakening. Ow! Royal Halberd. Oh, with cheese. Toon Fighter Lunk. Royal Claymore. Oh, with cheese. See if we can throw it over the mountain. Huh. Damn, that got up there though. Urbosa. Shock arrows. Straight on the ground. Why does she drop chicken, though? Why is she always dropping so much chicken? There's a few of these that don't make sense. The boblin kind of makes sense. Dropping all that meat, I guess. Pretty savage. Daruk probably has a problem sweating. So he drops a lot of salt. I do kind of want that. I do, well, I don't really need this since I have fire arrows. Not really much of a point. Been a while since I had a stone smasher with attack up. Ravioli. Well, that is quick shot. Therefore, I kind of want it. Falcon bow. Mifa. Yep. That's pretty usual. Silver scale spear long throw. I wish the silver weapons were better. I don't know. They're probably like an attempt to have a mid ground set of weapons. They're probably underrated. Ocarina of Time. See this one. Why does this one drop meat? That doesn't make any sense. Why is he... Oh my god! A legendary greatsword forged by a Goron craftsman for a hero who traveled through time. The exceptionally sharp, cutting edge is a testament to the craftsman's mastery. Fucking finally. Oh my god, fucking finally. Want to be very careful. For some reason. Give me that shit. Yo, I'm putting this on... actually, hold on. You can go in the water. Finally! It took 45 streams to get that friggin' sword. Doing amiibos every time. I just don't want it to disappear. Okay, so we'll drop something else here. But I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. It looks kind of weird. I mean, it's cool, though. Should I put it? Nah, yeah, I think over here. I think right there. Yeah, both the swords on the outside are taller than the double helix. For Twilight Princess, because of the damn food you had to gather in the Snow Peak? Yeah, I mean, just some fish heads. Yeah! It's going all Great Fairy on us. The big Goron sword. It's got all these pointy bits. I mean, it's cool, though, that we finally got it. Just drop a bunch of fish. I mean, pretty much all of them drop fish, though, I guess, too. So, yeah, I don't know. There we go. Sorry, boat ore. Ah, yes. Actually, if anything, though, I feel like... Let's see. What do we have for bows? If anything, you should be on a wall. So take you. Oh, that was a 5-shot. Maybe that's why it was put up there. I don't even really remember anymore. It's been so long. And we'll drop this for a second. We're gonna take this. I think it would just look better over here. That thing looks freaking epic in the sprite here. And then you can go there. Well, no, you come here. That's actually just so we can put the... There you go. Take you. And there you go. This one is what makes Rivali's bow, which I actually need to do. Whatever, though. Because that was kind of the plan. It was like, why not just store the stuff that makes the weapons here so that I can actually use the weapons, and then when I need to replace them, I can come back and grab the replacements. I mean, stuff like this kind of fucks it up, though, because this is stuff I actually would want on a wall. You know what I mean? Custom cheese. Yeah. Finally aged. And then I don't even really know what to do with shields. I mean, we got the Wind Waker here. And then, yeah, I had a Guradu shield that made this guy Daybreaker. Maybe I'll have to go grab some of that stuff. And then I had a Boulder Crusher or whatever. If anything, I could replace this one. I could really give a shit about this sword. But the big Goron sword, as well as the double helix, that's something to put on a wall. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. What's up, by the way, Space Pirate? Sorry, we were kind of in the middle of something there. Took so long to get that big Goron sword. Be friggin' sick if we ended up getting a double helix for some reason. Oh, there you go. Nice! Nothing more is required of you today. Boblin? What do you got for us, Bob? A bragging bone to Bokobo? Started like pacing around and shit. I got some stuff I could do, but I'm kind of waiting for some things. Not really any more planning I can do. Twilight Princess Zelda. Guardian. Guardian shield. I don't give a shield about that item. Another tune of Fighter Lunk. All of space. ZLO. Zelda. Royale Shield. With cheese. Wind Waker Lunk. Oh, bomb arrows are sick. He heeds to no planet. Or they heed to no planet. Royale broadsword. With that long distance cheese. Think about it. Fighter Link. I mean, yeah, technically we're in space. More bomb arrows. Again on. Ooh. That does happen. It does land on it sometimes. Oh, for sure. I wasn't really sure. And then I just kind of forgot for a second. Oh, there you go. Isn't that like what a madman is, though? All trying to bust out of his skin and shit. It's just a bad habit, though, you know what I mean? For me. Chic. It's just a bad habit. There you go. What is that? Like a mimic? Not a mimic. Is that a mimic? Is that what that is? What was in there? Edge of Duality with attack up. I actually don't think I've ever had one with attack up. I kind of want one. I kind of want one now. Lizzie. Hey. What's going on? How you doing? This is a fighter Link, and he appears to be fighting me. Doesn't want to give up the chest. Oh, there you go. Trampoline park. Hell yeah. Gonna do some flips. Maybe reset it. That helps sometimes. It did. Shock a row. Alright, so we got super lucky today. We've been super unlucky for 45 streams. I'm holding the Fierce Deity Link in my hands. Hello, you look fantastic. Just saying. But will you drop a second double helix blade? We got really lucky and got the big Goron sword finally. Royale Claymore with cheese. I really hope they don't make you keep track of hydration and stuff in Breath of the Wild 2. That seems tedious as hell. Wait, what was that? Royal Claymore durability up. Do I have a used one? I do have a used one. So I could just, whoa, drop the used one. and then pick up a new one. Great. You can just chill there. Moving on. So load this guy up with some butter. Ah, we're running low on butter. You probably use some milk. And we're good to go. Burp, burp. Burp, 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 burp. Burp. Burp, burp. Huh. I'd be a lot more impressed if dudes on motorcycles would pull up to where they're... Oh, shit. Would pull up to where they were parking and then do a front flip. Off of the front. Not fun, but dealing with diseases and temperature. Yeah, my brother plays a lot of those games. Or at least he talks about them a lot. I can't remember what they were called, though. But yeah, there was this game where it's like you get put like randomly out in the wilderness. And you're like basically trying to survive and get back to, you know, stuff. I mean, it seems cool, and that is a thing. And there's also like randomizers for it. Like you start off with like a random amount or just random different items, and you try to survive with those. I haven't really played any, though. Myself. All of them. God damn it. Why does it always do that? I go down, and then it goes back up. It happens to me, like, constantly. So this one's 610. I'll hold on to that anyway. Okay, and then this is the other 30 that I had. Sort the food, sort the items. Here we go. So, as far as Sheik's mask goes, yeah, I can get rid of it. There you go. Cap of the Wind, get rid of it. Oh, really? See, that's the thing, too, about a game being out for a really long time. It ends up having, like, shitloads of mods. Especially a game like Skyrim, or like GTA, or like any of these others. So if there's a new one, that all has to be like redone. It's, you know, or if you do like just certain games with like add-ons, as soon as they get updates, you have to update them, or hope that the person who made it did it. Super irritating. New is not always better. Hypothermia mod. Damn, dude. Yeah, that would make that a lot scarier. So this guy... Games anymore are all about hauling ass and getting paid. Not really taking your time to think of how we're gonna get through this. People like go and they find the meta. They find the cheese. And then they're not satisfied unless they can do that 1,000,000 times in a row. Okay, so I'll need that helmet. Okay, you have... Okay, we're good. Good day, sir. Oi! Mario? What's going on? Wait for it. So, what exactly are we doing? First of all, I think I'm going to go and farm a couple more dragon horns. I'm going to farm a couple more dragon horns. And then I'm going to go look for a couple pieces of armor. I think I'm going to get the royal guard, the last piece that I need. I'll find out where it is. Dungeon generator, that'd be sick. One thing that pisses me off about Skyrim a lot of times is there are so many caves, so many different things to explore, But you get to the end of them, and then 90% of the time there isn't a damn thing at the end. So you just went in there. I mean, you could call it for no reason. I guess it's not really for no reason. But it would be good. It makes me avoid exploring a lot of times because it's like, well, there's no point to go in there anyway. Not all the time, but a lot of times. I guess at the same time, too, I already have a problem with getting distracted when I play that game. That would probably make it a lot worse. What up, Daze? Spelunky? Nah, I've never heard of it. I mean, Diablo 3 does that, though. All of the dungeons are randomly generated before you go in them. They just have different templates that kind of puzzle together, I suppose. Usually shit. Oh, yeah. A lot of times it's like if you were sent there, there's going to be something in there, but if you're just exploring, probably not. It was just like some dude hide out. And he didn't have anything. That's why he's hiding out. There we go. So you wait until they hit the shield. That's the key, apparently. Plus, Dwemer ruins are a pain in the ass. Those guys are rough, dude. I could only imagine. I mean, you know, it's fighting robots. I get it. Still sucks. And it's raining. Well, let's go chop some wood. Oh, it stopped raining. I'm going to chop some wood anyway. Because I kind of need some more wood. That was an attack beetle. Got a cricket, though. Just give me something to make my, you know, my journey worth it. Or else what's the fucking point? I'll just stay in my log cabin and fish or something. Fight guards. Yeah, that's the only time you're ever going to see anything at the end of a cave. Most of the time is when there's a fucking quest for it. So yeah, if you go in there on accident, you're just probably going to have to go back later. Or you're going to get fucking lost. Yep, you seen one, you seen them all. It's kind of like Oblivion when you start going into the gates. They're literally all the same. I don't remember what they're called. They're just the portals. I actually played a ton of Oblivion, though. That was a fun game. That arena was probably, like, the best part. That was fun. There you go. The last one. Yeah, we're just doing some farming right now. I was kind of in this predicament where I didn't know what to do with myself. So I was like, I'll stream for a while. But I'm wanting to wait to do the Trail of the Sword until a little later. So I was just going to do some farming for a bit. And then, yeah, a little later. I'll leave at some point and then I'll come back later on. Continue on with Trail of the Sword. I did actually watch a video. And basically we were doing exactly what this guy... Pretty much exactly what this guy was doing. So there's not really much to change about it. If I don't have to cheese it, I don't really want to. I just gotta make sure to have some better weapons for those Zalfos. Oh, also, apparently, that level that we've been doing is pretty infamous altogether. Apparently, it's one of the hardest levels in all of the trials. not just the first, not just the beginning trials. It's one of the hardest rooms in all of the trials on Master Mode. Apparently, medium, or whatever they are, mid trials. I don't remember what they're called. Apparently, that's the easiest. Yeah, see, and there's like a bunch of different ways to enjoy it though. Skyrim's a good game. There are just a few things that are a little broken. I don't know. There's a reason I've bought that game on every single console that it's ever come out on. You know? I actually still have Morrowind too. So actually, he's gonna be here. If we were to wait until morning, well, no, yeah, just wait. Beginning, yeah, and it's really just because of that room and regaining health. Regaining health changes everything. Also, everything takes more damage, everything deals more damage, which I'm not even really worried about them dealing damage to me. I'm just worried about being able to hit them and damage them enough without knocking them off the platform or them jumping off of it. You almost kind of have to get lucky, too. Can't play it without mods. Yeah, maybe that would, like, re-spark it. I'll keep that in mind next time I'm in a Skyrim mood. It was kind of cool having it on Switch and doing the amiibo stuff and getting the, the Master Sword and shield and all that. But, it was kind of short-lived. It was fun for like a few minutes. Found it was so weird that you didn't have the Master Sword when you do the trial of the Master Sword. Yeah, it doesn't add up. It doesn't yeah, I don't know. Just thrown in there with nothing. It's just this game's version of the Gauntlet. A little different though. And also, I can't remember. Yeah, mods, they always do. There's always like kind of little things to mess with. I used to not care as much. I used to love doing like mods or like adding different programs. I don't know, just messing with shit in general. But then after a while, it just became like super tedious. But I don't know. That's like kind of everything does that. So eventually I'll probably get into it again. But I kind of burnt out. Especially back in like the old days when I was always setting up like emulators and shit. And doing like different mods for those. Mixed with a bunch of other shit I do. Truthmonger. What's going on, man? That dragon coming today? Yeah, I don't know. There's more to that, but I don't fucking know. It was fun for a while. Will be again at some point. Might as well use one of these 5 shots. There's a fire there. That went. Yeah, see, it's like exciting. That excitement, for me, yeah, it just kind of faded away. But I mean, it won't. I know that it won't forever. You discover it, you get super into it. The first time I had ever discovered like mods or add-ons and stuff was World of Warcraft. I had played for like a good period of time just without anything. There wasn't really much on the internet. That was a lot of it. Eventually, I ended up hearing about mods and stuff in when Burning Crusade came out. I was playing. I remember I was level 27. I can totally see it. I was level 27. I was talking to these two people that I was playing with at the time. I was a blood elf paladin in the Barrens. And they had told me about getting like add-ons and stuff. And then within the next few days, I would have like 50 of them. And like only half of them worked. And then yeah, I ended up getting like super into it for a while. Now if I play that game, I just do it with like the basic shit. I'll have like a damage meter, threat meter, and maybe like Atlas loot. Like a couple of them, but I just don't even really bother anymore. The dragon is busy. It's a busy dragon. He coming. Actually, I should wear... Yeah, I'm getting a couple of the horns. Or no, yeah, I'll put on the climbers. A couple of the climbers pieces. Getting some dragon horns, then I'm gonna go. And it's raining. Which means we're not gonna be able to set a fire. I should have just done it down there. Then I'm gonna go collect a couple of the pieces of gear that I hadn't beforehand. I know there was like the Royal Guard's helmet. I know I'm missing like maybe the Barbarian's pants. We finally got the big Goron sword today. It's hanging on the wall at home. Can you have a fire when it's raining? Shouldn't just assume that's a fire. That it can't burn when it's raining. Well, I've been proven wrong. I know that fires go out. Maybe it's because it lit and it didn't have enough time to go out. All the time. That's the thing about games. They try so hard to be realistic that it ends up not being realistic whatsoever. Well, I mean, it's just impossible to do that. But, if anything, I could test it later, too. Maybe, I just really wanted the dragon. Or to be able to wait, but maybe we'll try to light a fire in the rain and then sit for a second and see what happens. I was on another stream and I responded to this guy's comment. He said, "Not talking to you, truthmonger." So I said, "It's okay, I'll respond to you if you please." Then we were told to chill. Probably a would have had to been there thing. Yeah. Did I miss? What's happening? I'm trying to hit your horn. Is it a fire arrow thing? What's going on? It went like right through him. The opportunity was there. Now is my time to strike. I picked it up, though. Weird. I'm all spooked now. My game be broken. Was he like a big streamer? They have like a lot of people? Hello there, Tanfa. Oh, I have the full compendium. And went right through him again. It is just not happening with this guy. I mean, yeah, here, let's try it. Fuck it, let's try it. But that would be under items, yeah? Or what? Treasure? Wouldn't be in weapons. It would be in here if you could. It doesn't actually look like you can though. We're like the dragons altogether. They would be in enemies or monsters. Can we track him? I mean, it's just searching for Nadra, though. Huh. Nearby. Stop sliding. Yeah, those arrows are just going straight through him. I guess maybe we'll just try a different dragon. Oh, okay. I've caught up to what the situation was. Yeah, that happens like all the time. I don't get that either. I don't get that either. Yeah, I've actually had a ton of people come in and do shit like that. Or like I've been in streams where shit like that'll happen. I gotta go in there and I gotta pick the biggest guy and take him out. Oh, no, for sure, yeah. Yeah, I was just kind of missing some context. I thought we were talking about, like, the streamer or whatever, but... I have examples of this that I've seen myself, and I'm trying to, like, pull one out of my ass to, you know, kind of relate to it or whatever, but it's not really coming. I'm getting, like, flashes of just kind of images. But it's, yeah, it's something that I've seen, like, a lot, actually. What up, senior? How relevant. And I don't see why they would think that that behavior... That's the bigger thing. I don't see why people would think that that behavior is, like, something that the streamer would want around. Like a bunch of people picking fights with each other and shit. Nah, you're just trying to chill. Keep the vibe going. And then some random asshole comes in and starts making everything about himself. What would even the point of that be? I wasn't asking you. And it's like, well, now I doubt the streamer wants to talk to you. All that would tell me is, okay, I need to not pay attention to that guy. I need to watch him and probably get him out of here eventually. Yeah, it's attention. They want, but I love when I am not able to, like, answer people if people, you know, sometimes I don't see it, or sometimes there's just a lot going on, or I'm just in the middle of talking about something else, I guess. You know, and if people know the answer, why the hell not? That's actually kind of helpful. So long as that person actually knows, I suppose. Yeah, it's literally the opposite. I'm not talking to you. Yeah, that would be a red flag to me instantly. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm not talking to you then. If you're going to treat the people around here like shit. Okay, well, he dropping. This dragon will put out. We'll hang out here for a bit. Oh, do you think that might be what it is? I could have a couple. See, that's why I'm having such a hard time finding a point to grip on when talking about... I mean, I have, like, theories, I suppose, of why people do stuff like that. I mean, Madman's spot on. Or, Space Pirate. Spot on. Jesus Christ. Definitely probably younger, is what that would tell me. See, the thing is, what I'll get it. It's about attention. That was it. You're definitely spot on there. It's just like, you're not the person I wanted to answer my question. But yeah, I can definitely assume. Make an educated guess that that's probably a younger person who hasn't. See, a lot of the problem comes from not being able to see the person that you're actually talking to. because the only people, the only way we really relate, when you have, hold on, I'll get this. When you have a bunch of random people on the internet and you see them, you see profile pictures and usernames, you don't have anything else. The only way that you can really sort of gauge is by like the ways that they do things, or you know, it could be an adult that's like super immature, but there's no way to know for sure. Another problem is that a lot of times when we see all these usernames and profiles and this and that and whatever, we more so relate them to ourselves. So you're not really going to be able to picture what's really behind there. But there will be things that'll kind of tell you what you're dealing with, I suppose. But it still takes a little bit of time to determine. But the thing about kids being on the internet is that they definitely do not understand social interactions. Like, they're still learning. You know, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, how you act, the different reactions you're going to get for different things. The other problem I'm having, too, is there's such a better way to convey all of this, but there's definitely, there's definitely a way that I could explain this, what I think, better. I don't know what it is. What I'm trying. Not that it really matters. It's just a me thing. I would like to be able to say what I think about it. Altogether, yeah, it was just safe to assume that it's for attention. It's fucking rude. You know, which kids just are. They just, yeah, it just takes time to learn these social skills. Yeah, it's definitely an attention thing. It's definitely bullshit. No one owes him that. You know? But it's, see, a lot of times, too, a lot of these kids, or just a lot of people, and a lot of immature, socially immature people, they feel that pressure. I mean, he probably gets beaten on a regular basis. You know? Right, yeah, I picture Tommy Chong. Exactly. And then one day I finally hear it. That's always weird. It's always weird to be talking to people for a good period of time, and then you kind of build this picture of them or whatever, and then I ended up stopping into one of his streams. You were a weird one. Space Pirate was a weird one. Tanfa. I mean, you never expect it. You build these images of people, and then when you actually hear it, I mean, it's the same when anybody, you know, actually sees me. You know, that happened recently. Truthmonger watched my channel intro to the other channel, and he was like, "You sound way, you sound a lot older." I can't remember exactly what you said, but yeah, that's just a very common thing. You build up this picture of this person, like you can hear my voice now. You can't see me. A lot of you guys know what I look like, but there will be people who don't. Cheech and Chong. That's the Dazed profile picture, you know, and then the Dazed and Confused. absolutely breathtaking. Space pirate. All of you. All of you. Oh my god. So many beautiful people around. I get nervous. No, I see, and that's the thing, is everyone's slightly surprised by everyone's voice. That's just how it'll work. You actually sound just like an old friend of mine. Tanfa. That was the first thing I thought. Dazed sounds just like Ren's stepdad. It's really weird. Just like a younger version. That's it. Bugs Bunny with... There you go. Hot. But no, it's always weird. I am. Wouldn't that be like a fucking, you know, M. Night plot twist? Whoa! I hear we just hit 10 likes. And you know what that means. That I would like to thank you all for the 10 likes and or dislikes. Here are your 10,000 rupees. The next up is 20 for 20,000. There's dude, but here, hold on. One moment. Actually, I'll be right back super quick.
This is my water.
Kind sir of the mountain, I have no quarrel here.
My name is Dorian. If you haven't guessed by now, I'm a Goron. I'm a Goron, one of the great mountain men, tamer of the hill country, lord of the volcanoes. These paths were once popular trade route to the village. My people live on this mountain. My people were killed. You see those rock over there? There's only way up, Master.
My bad. But we're back. So I'm gonna get like one more of these horns. And then I'm gonna go, I think, grab... I need one more piece of the royal set. Oh, I also forgot to check how many of the... Ah! Dragon pieces I have. Let's go over here. Want to go look at my big Goron sword again. Oh, later, Mario. Thanks for hanging out, man. Even though that was a while ago. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a couple more of these attack elixirs. So for dragon parts... Oh, there you go. Good luck with that. Yeah, Shardinager's Fang, Shardinager's Horn. I have 2 of their parts. So I have more parts from Farash than I do Nadra. Huh. I don't know what was happening, but the arrows were just going right through. Whatever. I mean, I was farming that dragon a ton beforehand. Senior Cheese has streamed in the past. I don't know if they're still doing it. Eh? Actually, most of the people here have. So I ended up hearing their voices. Except for Tanfa. First time I heard Tanfa was in Discord. And the first thing she was telling me to do was to go fuck myself. That was the first thing I ever heard Tanfa say. Oh, yep, Sky 2. It's always super weird. It fucks with my head so much. It's like cool, but I hate it. It's cool, but I hate it at the same time. Did I put a beetle in there? Yeah, I think I need a Molduga. I don't remember what it was. There was like some joke going on at the time, I guess. It's something that I should go do, though. It's something that I should go do. Ah, it's glorious. We're just gonna sit here and stare at that while I look up where this last piece I need is. So what do I have? Most of them are on Twitch. So I need the Royal Guard's helmet. I know Days just recently got back to streaming. I don't know exactly what he's doing. I mean, it was a good time though. As far as, or like when or what exactly is going on, I didn't really ask. But he had kind of taken a bit of a break for a while. I know Tanfa was streaming and then was kind of having technical difficulties. I don't know when the last time Madman, or fuck, Space Pirate streamed. Inside an EX treasure chest on the second floor of the Sanctum of Hyrule Castle. Oh yeah, Thunder Helmet 2. That's doing Gerudo quests in a long time. Okay, I wasn't sure. I know so many people that do it, it's hard to keep track. Oh, there you go. Hell yeah. Which Days does a lot of survival horror. Madman? Or, dude. Fuck my life. Space, dude. Space guy. Space pirate. He's, was doing like Zelda. He's played some, they've played some Sonic. I got a lot of shit going on in my head. It's like it's kind of hard to get things out. Sonic, Skyrim, a lot of those mods and stuff. Tanfa was streaming Zelda. So we're gonna go over here. No, I'm sure it is. It's literally an old habits die hard thing. Literally. I'm trying. That's all. Whether it matters or not, I'm trying. Even though actually no, Days streams like a bunch of different stuff. There's Valheim, Red Dead Redemption 2. The last thing he was playing was Alien, the Alien game. What's the Alien game? Isolation. Last thing Tanfa was streaming was Breath of the Wild that I saw. This is all like the last stuff I saw. See, and then Sky I met a long time ago. Only recently found out that they were streamer of sorts. And since you'd come back, I don't know if you have been. Haven't seen it, though. Fuck is Breath of the Wild. Yeah, play games and talk to folks. I guess me and, you know, we always are talking about, like, Resident Evil or, like, different survival horror, and then just happens to be playing Alien Isolation lately. But yeah, it's really whatever. Valheim, that was another one. Many. But yeah, I wasn't aware. For sure. So we're going to go up to the second floor of the sanctum here. And we're going to grab the... Actually, we'll just wear this for now. See, I'm I guess kind of lucky. I can kind of just do this whenever I want. As far as, like, at the moment, I'm not sure. A lot of times I'll actually stay away from other streamers. Honestly. These guys are kind of exceptions. Dude, it is a pain. No, absolutely. That's where, like, Twitch has got some stuff definitely over YouTube. Regarding, like, just being able to, like, get up and go. It's just a shame that they don't have the discovery. But yeah, it is annoying. That's why I've just found a way to do, like, a basic template that I can do every time. It's kind of the same thing. I kind of color-coded it. It's taken some time. But it's definitely, like, you know, just one thing to add to the list. Starting a stream takes me, like, 30 fucking minutes. See, and then on somewhere like Twitch, you can just kind of press the button and go. And you don't get lucky every time with, like, finding a good, like, thumbnail and shit like that. Yeah, you gotta enter the information, like, every time. Unfortunately, it's worth it in the end. But it can be a pain in the ass, especially if you get into a stretch where you're, like, somewhat unmotivated And it's just like, I do not even want to bother. Then it can be easier to just not press the button and, you know, do something else. Yeah, Streamlabs OBS is pretty cool for that. It's actually a lot better than it used to be when it had first come out. When it first come out, it was like, you know, they were trying to do what they could to get everybody to test it for them so they could get their data. And I'm sitting here like, dude, I just want it to work. You know, I'll come back when it works. And then, yeah, I did that. And I tried it out again, and it's actually a lot cooler. Basically, you press go live. You put it on the scene you want to start with, and then you click go live, and then another window will pop up where all the information is. And it'll post straight to Twitter for you. There are a few things that are missing, but it's kind of whatever. And then after that, after you do all that, you can upload you can put your thumbnail in there, change the title, the description and stuff, that'll stay the same every time, even though on the YouTube dashboard that'll kind of happen. You can do that anyway. But then you press confirm and go live, and then it loads everything up and you're good to go. So it makes it a little easier. Like me and can't play the same game for too long, yeah. Which I guess I'm lucky again, because I totally do have the ability to do that. And both sides are good for different things. Switching it up a lot or keeping it the same. It kind of depends on what you're going for. Old channel got taken down. Damn.
Rivali's Gale is now ready.
Okay, it's on the second floor. Oh yeah, Twitch definitely is like where it's at for most streaming like utility. Oh, okay, yeah. So this is the top. This is above where Ganon is. There it is. This is the Malice above Ganon's egg. Down there in the sanctum. Which YouTube's definitely stepped it up, though, in the past year or so with a lot of features, but they've still got so long to go. At the same time, too, like, YouTube gaming started, and they got, like, super into it. YouTube was, like, all about, okay, let's get streaming going on here. We're going to have all this cool shit, and they were really working on it. But I think at one point it did start to cause them a lot of problems, and then they were like, okay, we need to pull back on this, because things are starting to get fucked up. And that's definitely slowed it down, like, a lot. And now they're kind of back to, okay, we're just going to stick with the uploads. Kind of like Twitch at one point tried to be a YouTube. They were, like, really trying to get people to upload on there, but the site was made for streaming. It was catered towards streaming. And then YouTube was created for videos. It catered towards uploads, videos. I also don't think that there's like the size of the teams could be questionable. The people who are working on this. Streaming over here is definitely not at the top of the priorities list. At 1.2, there was like kind of that bubble, which has popped since. So at the time, it was when it had started and started doing really well. There was like there was a lot of incentive to push streaming over here, and then some other shit happened, and then like the whole, you know, Google Plus thing, they had to get rid of it. which messed a lot of things up because Google Plus was like heavily being integrated into YouTube and everywhere. But they had to pull the plug on that completely, and then it fucked a ton of stuff up. And now it's at a point where, yeah, like streaming is a thing over here, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's not at the top of their priorities. However, there are still certain things about it and the way that YouTube works altogether. Since YouTube's like more of a search engine than it is like a video platform, that you can benefit from. And all of this other stuff that I want to do with the stream and do for the stream or whatever. Eventually, like I've said, I'm moving over to Twitch eventually. Unless, like, you know, all of a sudden, miraculously, everything gets, like, ridiculous, you know, just gets, unless we get, like, bombarded with upgrades for, as far as utility for streaming goes, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be a while. But yeah, I'm definitely at one point moving over. I just don't know when that'll be. And I'm talking like, it could be years. I don't really know. There are just certain things that'll happen that'll tell me, okay, it's time. Because there are so many things over there that are so useful. But there are certain things that are not over there that are more useful, even though they don't look as cool. You know what I'm saying? Either way, though, it's been pretty cool. But yeah, one thing like that, like Space Pirates talking about, with the whole, like, you definitely have a little bit extra to do. And over here, it can be... Over there, it can, over on like Twitch, it can be hard to stay motivated for a lot of reasons. And then over on YouTube has its own separate set of reasons that make it hard to stay motivated and to keep going. Which, yeah, that thumbnails thing, it's fucking annoying. I mean, it is what it is, though. You still kind of want that anyway. You still kind of want that. It just happens to be kind of a pain in the ass. Glorious. Fucking glorious. But I think for now, I'm actually going to get going. I will be back here a little later. Just kind of wanted to do a short one. Oh yeah, fuck, hour and a half. That's like nothing, but still. Is that? But, multiple people. Yeah, I've thought about it. I've tried it, and a lot of times, it's a shame that a lot of people can't just, like, you know, let things work. You know? I've also seen a lot of other people have problems with it too. I guess it depends on what you mean. I guess it depends on what you mean. It can go well. It just oftentimes it's kind of complicated. It is, and it adds like, so right now I have the game in front of me. I as well am talking to you guys and paying attention to various things. So it kind of adds, like, that's already pretty fucking stimulating a lot of the time. So then the addition of other people and talking to them, but also trying to talk to the people like in your chat and everything, it kind of depends on what sort of show it is. If I was having a stream where I was playing and like I was playing with like another person or whatever, and we were just kind of talking to each other, kind of a thing, that would be a lot easier to handle. But at the same time, that's not necessarily like what I would want to do, because I want to talk to everybody. And it's kind of this thing where it's like, if I can't involve everybody to an extent, I would rather just kind of involve nobody. But yeah, and then actually too, there was like me and Ren and I have streamed together before. We were playing like Resident Evil Revelations and doing raid mode. That actually wasn't that long ago. That was like sometime last year. On Google, it would have been called the Google Hangout. Yeah, a lot of times, the last story that I had heard of somebody doing that and it going poorly was, there was this girl, she was streaming, and then she would let people come into her Discord, and they would be like in a voice chat. And this one kid came in there and then shouted out the N-word. And then she got banned because he did that. So then there were people like suggesting, oh, well, I like interview the people that are going to be, you know, coming on with me and stuff. Yeah, see, so that's kind of why I say it's a shame that you can't just trust people to, you know, handle it well. And a lot of times you can, but then you have like those random assholes that just want to ruin it for everybody, and they don't care about anybody but themselves anyway. You know, and they think that they're being a comedian when they're just causing other people problems. But that's funny to some people. That's the thing. That is funny to some people. Unfortunately. You know. He probably gets beaten every night. But yeah, so there are these things that you can do and you can add, you know, and this and that and whatever. A lot of times before, a long time ago, we used to be in Discord and we'd like listen to music with each other, but I didn't stream it. We just kind of did that. Things were a little bit different then too. And then yeah, there's just there's so many different things that can go wrong. That's just a lot more extra stuff on your plate to try to figure out how to go about dealing with. Could it help? I don't know. It would hard to say if it would be worth it or not. So in the end, it just comes down to, yeah, whether it would be worth it or not, or whether it would be likely or not to be worth it or not. And more often than not, it's not. So it's kind of just sticking to what works and what is not going to cause you issues. Because like before we were talking about too, where everything kind of snowballs. It is a shame. I was kind of talking about it last night as well. There's so many things that I wish that I could do, you know, or different things that I wish I could tell people about myself, or like, you know, just like sharing different things basically. But you, there's something here. Problem talking about it? Question mark? Talking about what? I'm just aware that there's some things that I shouldn't. Is the thing. Which is unfortunate. And just because I want it to go a certain way doesn't mean it's going to. I've done a lot of things. New ideas. Oh, I mean, yeah, we can talk about it. It's hard to say if it'll ever, like, you know, certain things will make me uncomfortable, certain things won't. I have no real way of, you know, as long as people aren't pressuring me, like, you know. I mean, ideas are just they're ideas. And maybe, like, some of them, you know, for me, for every 50 ideas I have, only one of them is good. You know? So sometimes, you know, you can. But yeah, and then a lot of times, something that'll happen is people will have, like, these ideas for you or whatever, and then they, I mean, I can be comfortable talking about it if you're comfortable with me not wanting to. Or maybe I will. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that turns it. There's got to be, like, sort of that two-way street there. You know what I'm saying? Oh no, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I guess I'm just. This is a good time to sort of convey this. No, this is actually an excellent conversation as far as how this works. Because yeah, a lot of times what'll happen is people give you an idea, and then you're like, nah, and then they, you know, then is if they really, you can kind of tell how a lot of people will turn it, like, say somebody gives me an idea and I don't want to do it, and then it's like, well, why wouldn't you want to do that? You know, you're dumb for not wanting to do that. And it's like, well, yeah, maybe, but I don't want to. You can go do it. You could do it on your stream, you know, kind of a thing. Kind of, yeah. And there are a lot of things that I still do want to do. We're just not really at that point yet. Like, I've already got, like, some things that I know I want to do, like, even ready. It's just, it's not really at that point. And right now, I'm kind of having fun doing what I'm doing. So it might just be unnecessary, or unnecessary for a time. Yeah, it's kind of, take it or leave it. Yeah, I've definitely had, I've had people, like, this area has been built up over, you know, several years, and a lot of these ideas or things that you see actually do come from other people, or various places. Like, you know, it's something that I've kind of had this, sort of an idea of where I'm going with it, and then the people around have helped mold it quite a bit. But then, yeah, and then you have those people that are, like, too worried about, like, leaving their mark, as far as the area would go, and that can get kind of messy. Or, like, you have these people or whatever where it's like, you know, just tell me no. And it's like, well, dude, it doesn't matter if telling you no apparently doesn't matter, because you're just going to come back 50 more times and ask again. Which that's not what you're doing. But there's so many different ways that I've seen people go about things, and some of them are desirable and most of them are not a lot of the time. So a lot of times, and I've kind of talked about this before with a lot of other streamers probably too that you may have seen, is like they have to kind of just take it away. And even though this thing that they're taking away, some of it was good, most of it was bad. So they take it away because they just rather not deal with it. There's a better way to explain that too. Well, and here's the thing too. A lot of times when people are making suggestions, they don't really actually have a full understanding of what is going on here. That's a lot of the problem too. A lot of the times is a lot of people, like, kind of think, you know, they know what you're going for, and then they kind of base their suggestions upon that. Or like yesterday when I was doing Trial of the Sword, and all the people that were coming in were telling me to do things that I had already tried. At one point I just kind of stopped saying I already did that, it didn't work, no, I'm not going to do it again. It was just like, it just wasn't even worth it to shut it down, because that just doesn't feel good anyway. Um, but yeah, no, I altogether am just aware of what I'm doing here and what will work and what won't, or what may or what might not, is apparent. It's just apparent. So a lot of times I can see it and understand right away that no, that's probably not something I want to get into, or yes, it might be. But yeah, a lot of times it all depends on the context of the suggestion and whether that's in line with what's going on here or not. You see, I have a lot of qualities I don't possess, and I have some interesting ideas. Sure, yeah. Yeah, and then a lot of times, no, I mean, I'm sorry that it gets kind of awkward, but it is what it is. I feel awkward a lot. And even though it is awkward sometimes, I don't really want it to be, so I will try to kind of get it out of that point. I may not know how to right away. And then that's when we lead to like these moments here. Where I'm just standing and laughing a lot or whatever. I'm probably going to go soon, but I'll totally finish this conversation. That's a thing that happens too a lot, is like you'll have these people that like a lot of people, they'll come in and I'll stream, they'll watch me stream, they'll hang out for a while and they're like, I want to stream, and I'm like, hell yeah, do it, you know. And then they like, they'll start to, and then they don't really, you know, they'll stream for like 40 minutes and then nobody shows up, so they stop streaming and they don't do this, they don't do that or whatever, and then they come here and then they're like, you should make a schedule. And it's like, well, like, you can't really tell me to do these things that you're not doing, first of all. But then second, I mean, and it's actually more complicated than that. It's not really that. Well, and then see, there was other parts of that too, because that's just that at the base. That doesn't carry any of the emotion that they were using or how they were going about it. I'm thinking of a particular person right now, even. And this was kind of one of those high pressure people that was always trying to get me to do things, but not doing it themselves. But then like pretending that they were still like better than me, which I guess would be a more, I don't know. There's a story there, I suppose. Which, yeah. So here's the thing: is ideas are great. Ideas are great. I enjoy these talks too, and they don't happen all the time. You know, sometimes they're more exciting than others. Sometimes they're a bit more, you know, a bit deeper than others. Sometimes, you know, we're just, you know, drawing dicks on the screen for a while. Shit, like, you know, it can really be anything. You never really know when this is going to happen. But a lot of the problem with people that have, okay, so this is just a general saying, it's not attached to you. A lot of the problem that people have who have a lot of ideas is that they're ideas. And they don't see why it wouldn't work. Let's see, hold on. So I've been doing this for a while now. I have a pretty good idea anymore of like what works or what doesn't, or what can cause certain things to happen, or what is likely to cause trouble, or maybe different things that like you're like, oh, that's a great idea, I'm gonna go do it, and then you go and you start to do it, and then you start to run into the problems. You know, it's not until later that you run into the problems and the stuff that you didn't think of, and the reasons that it wouldn't. You know, you play around and stuff, which I've done a lot. I've done a ton. So a lot of times, that's kind of what I'm talking about, the context of a lot of times people who bring me a lot of ideas are kind of missing the context of like what would actually be most likely to happen in that scenario. Or, you know, like you were saying, you know, having a bunch of people in a Google Hangout on your stream or whatever. Yeah, that would be great. And actually the only thing that, you know, that would be great, except for these assholes who like to come in and then ruin it for everybody because that's just who they are. And stuff like that. It is a shame that you can't just do, you know, everything that you want to do or whatever. But it is what it is in the end. And there's things There's a good list of things that I definitely wouldn't want to deal with, and then I still have a list of things that I do want to do that I think will go well. And I've tried out a lot of different things, and for a lot of reasons, I think that my ideas that I have are good. And then we'll see, because I don't actually know for sure either in the end until I actually go for it. But I know what problems can happen doing certain other things, and I've kind of added that into the equation. Well, do I think this will work or do I think it won't? One thing, too, like it comes to one of them would be like playing games, you know, with like other people. There are different ways to go. I would actually much rather host events of like, you know, maybe be like the announcer. Sort of a thing where I'm like kind of watching and talking about everybody playing. I would like to know a lot about the game that I was kind of watching and commentating over and stuff like that, or whatever, with my, you know, sort of community here or whatever. I don't know if I would necessarily want to play in that scenario, but I would really like to like watch and like commentate it, and that would be kind of cool. As far as it goes with playing with other people, when that comes down to it, I would want that person to have as much to lose as I do. Because if you have it one-sided, a lot of people want to play with you because you're bigger and you can help them grow, and they don't want to do it by themselves, so they try to get into yours so that a lot of people will see them and maybe move over, which they will, but it won't be as effective as they think it is. But at the same time, too, just kind of like that kid I was talking about, the whole, just, you know, Google even though it was Discord, the Google Hangout thing and the kids shouting. You know, as far as that would go, I would definitely want that person to have as much to lose as I do, because then there's a bit of safety in that. Because then if they fuck up, you know, it'll affect them just as much as it will you. Oh, did they? Nah, whatever. Yeah, we did hit 10. Yeah. See, I have ideas. I've done it for a while. I know, like, a lot of these things that I still want to do. This is kind of what we're doing now. This is mellow. This is chill. I don't have to deal with a lot. You know, if people come in, the amount of them that are coming in, I can process, you know. And everything I've been thrown at, I've been able to deal with. And there's just not really a reason to do much more at the moment. But there's still a long way to go. But yeah, as far as... That is an interesting one, as far as like people coming and sharing ideas and stuff like that. I always feel bad because most of the time, probably 95% of the time, I'll say no. I don't really want to. You know, a lot of I end up rejecting. But that's not even the person's fault. It's just that they may not fully understand what I'm going for here. But it would be hard to understand what I'm going for. As well, too, a lot of people relate it to sort of their dream about it that they would have if they were doing it and stuff like that, or like they see something, but it's the not seeing behind the scenes is the missing information, and the part that I would be interested about is what's there. Okay, what are you not seeing in this idea? I don't see them in chat, but I see it on your chat. Yes, Guy. Which, thank you. Anyway, I really should be going. But I will be back later. I'm going to be doing the beginning trials, Trial of the Sword. I already have the thumbnail made. So I should just be able to get up and going. But, I think that's it. Around 6 p.m. Pacific time. Yeah. Anyway. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you're having a wonderful morning, noon, and or night. Leave a like if you haven't, and I'll see you here in a few hours. Thanks, dudes. Good shit.
Why'd you come back?
I wanted to meet the Grim Reaper.